Are you looking to make your real estate business grow? If so, this is the video you're going to want to check out. We've been doing a series of 4 videos on how to make your business grow, each one covering a different principle. And today is video 4. We're going to be talking about the principle of leverage. And when you get this right, it doesn't add to your business, it multiplies it. Take a look. Hey everyone, this is Kevin Smullin with 2Q Lead Generation Strategies. Thanks for being here. If you are brand new to the channel, then what we are all about is helping real estate agents just like you generate more leads, turn those leads into appointments, and close more business. So if you want more tips and more strategies on how to grow your business, this is the place to be. Consider subscribing. We'd love to have you as part of our community. In today's video, we are doing the 4th video in a series of 4 videos. That sounds a little weird, but yes, we're doing the 4th video in a series of 4 videos on how to make your business grow. So with it being the beginning of 2020, we wanted to take the month of January and really focus on what does it take to make a real estate agent's business grow. And this is the 4th video in that series. If you've missed the other videos, I'll put a link to it right here. You can go check that out and watch those other videos. In today's video, we're going to be focusing on the principle of leverage, because in order for you to make a significant growth in your business, you have to be able to scale. And if you can't scale, then you're not going to be able to get to where you want to go. See, when we talk about leveraging and scaling, we're talking about going from taking agents from like 25 to 50 transactions, or 50 to 75, or 75 to 100. We're not talking about incremental, we went from 10 to 12, right? We're talking about significant growth and what it takes to achieve significant growth. So with that, I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen here real quick. And so with this principle of leverage, you have to be able to employ this in your business. Otherwise, there's no way that you can really have significant growth. So with that being said, let's just kind of go through this, right? So in order to really scale your business to any kind of significant level, right, you have to know what you're worth. If you don't know what you're worth, then you're really not going to be able to scale at the level that you want to scale. So in order to know what you're worth, we have to figure out what you're worth per hour. So with that being said, I'm just going to take some numbers that are pretty consistent with where I live. So I live in Utah. Pretty consistent, or pretty typical sales price around here is around 300,000. In fact, they're actually forecasting that by the end of the year, it'll be closer to 400,000. So I'm being a little conservative, but let's just take 300,000. So if I am selling a $300,000 home and I'm earning a typical 3% commission on that, then that is $9,000 of gross income that I generate when I do what I do. So again, when I'm working and I'm doing what I do, I am worth that. So I'm worth $9,000 per transaction. Now, in order to really figure out what you're worth per hour, you have to know how many hours it's taking you to do that. So obviously, some transactions you're going to spend more time than others. Typically, you'll spend less time with a seller than you will with a buyer. Obviously, there's going to be highs and lows. And frankly, for what we're talking about, I don't really care about either extreme. I don't care about the low end. I don't care about the high end. I'm just looking for that number in the middle. So let's just guesstimate that by the time you're showing homes and contracts and inspections and closing and all the things that you do, let's say that on average, you're spending 20 hours per transaction. And I think that's probably a little on the high side, especially if you're spending more time than that. You probably want to refine what you're doing as far as your sales skills and just sharpening that up a little bit. But just for the sake of teaching you this principle, let's call it 20, right? So if you are worth $9,000 per transaction and it takes you 20 hours of work to get to that point, then that means that you are worth $450 per hour when you are doing what you do, right? So you're worth $450 when you're doing those money-making activities in your business. And I would suspect that many of you who are watching this are probably worth a lot more than that. You might be worth more like $500, $600, $700, $800 per hour when you're doing what you do, because of sales prices and your process and what it takes for you. But even so, Let's just call it $4.50 an hour. So here's the thing, right? When you are doing things in your business that are helping you make money, you're worth $450 per hour. So let's say that you pick up the phone and you're prospecting, and you do that for 2 hours and you get one really good prospect out of that 2 hours of prospecting on the phone. Well, $450, it took you 2 hours. So it cost you $900 to generate that lead. Pretty expensive, right? And so you have to factor in what your time is worth. In almost all cases, time is way more expensive than money. Right? Time is way more expensive than money. So as we look at leveraging your business, we're looking at ways to, how do I decrease that cost per lead? If I have to pick up the phone and call, then it's taking me 2 hours of $450 a piece. That's $900 it's costing me to generate a brand new lead. Well, that's a really expensive lead, right? So we want to figure out other ways of doing this. So again, the whole key to this is understanding what you are worth per hour as a real estate professional. Now, in order to really scale and grow your business to a significant degree, you have to focus on the activities that actually make you money. There's lots of things that you could be doing. You could sit and look at Instagram and Facebook, and you could just sit and look at everybody's posts, and you could, there's lots of things that you could do. But most of those things don't actually help you increase how much money you make in your business. Frankly, there's only 3 things that really help you grow your business that are money-making activities, in my opinion. One of them is generating brand new leads for your business. Just makes sense. If you're generating leads, new opportunities to earn income, that is a money-making activity. The second thing is prospecting or lead follow-up, whatever word you want to call it, right? If you have a consistent process in place to prospect, to qualify those leads, to help them turn into income, following up with leads, following up with your SOI, that is also time well spent, because that will generate revenue for your business. And then frankly, the only other thing that generates revenue for your business is writing contracts, right? So filling out the purchase contracts. So whether you're representing the buyer or the seller, doesn't matter. Those are really the only things that help you generate more revenue for your business. And so we want to take an approach to where all of our time and all of our effort is focused on these activities right here that help you generate income. And frankly, our opinion and the approach that we would like you to take is that if it's not one of these 3 things, then you really should focus on outsourcing that, because that is not the best use of your time. Again, the things that aren't generating revenue, it's not worth your $450 per hour for you to be doing those things. You can scale and leverage your business to a significant degree the moment you make the decision to get rid of that and outsource it to someone else. So if you look at a real estate agent's production over time, most agents, what they'll do is their production will look something like this. So it's very much like a roller coaster. There's highs and lows, and sometimes the roller coaster is trending upwards and sometimes the roller coaster is trending downwards, but it doesn't matter. It's the same principle. So here's what happens. We get to a low point like you see right here. And when we get to a low point, I like to call this the oh crap phase, right? Oh crap, I don't have a lot going on. There's not a lot of opportunities. My pipeline isn't very full. And so when we get to that point, agents typically spend lots of time marketing and lots of time prospecting to generate new opportunities and new leads. And so they're working, grinding, calling, knocking on doors, whatever it is they're doing to create those opportunities. But they do that, and now they're busy. Now they have a bunch of buyers and sellers that they're working with, and we get to the top point of that roller coaster. Now, because they have people that they're working with, see, they're so busy working with their buyers and sellers that they stop doing the marketing and prospecting that got them there. And so because they're too busy to do those things, now all that business closes, we end up on a downslope again. And we just constantly go through this up and down motion because we're either not busy, so we do lots of prospecting and marketing, or we're too busy and we forget to do those things because we just don't have time, and this roller coaster goes on. So again, the whole concept here is that if you want to take the lows out of your business, you've constantly got to have marketing and prospecting going on, and you want to outsource as much of that as possible so that you can spend your time doing money-making activities, showing homes, listing appointments, writing contracts. Those are the things that are actually going to help your business grow, because you can't outsource that unless you're hiring another agent. The other things you can outsource that will help you consistently have more leads and more opportunities coming in. So the ideal way you want to think about this is think about the business model of the doctor, right? This is one of the best business models on the planet. Now, I'm not saying that healthcare is great. This isn't a healthcare conversation. It's just looking at the process that doctors use, right? So the doctor is not the one setting the appointment. The doctor is not the one who welcomes you into the office. They're not the one taking your vitals, your blood pressure. They're not doing any of that, right? All of that work is done so the doctor can walk in, have a brief conversation with you, prescribe some medications or some tests, and then, especially if they're prescribing tests, then the tests are going to be done, and then they're going to meet with you again. But when that doctor meets with you again, right, somebody else is calling you, they're setting the appointment, someone else is following up. The doctor is only doing doctor things. The doctor is not the one calling and following up. The doctor is not the one processing payments. The doctor is not the one who is setting appointments, right? The doctor comes in, only does what they do, and everybody else does all of the other tasks that are necessary. This is the same model we want to apply in your business, because you should only be doing the things that you need to do. Showing homes, writing contracts, going on listing appointments, the things that actually make you money. The marketing, the prospecting, the appointment setting, we want to outsource as much of that as possible, because then you're taking those lows out of the business on the roller coaster so that your business can grow exponentially. This is the whole key to leverage. So we want to leverage the tasks that you don't do best so that you can focus on doing what you do best, right? So we want to outsource things like marketing. You want to have somebody taking care of the marketing for you. You want to have somebody generating brand new leads for you. A lot of times people are looking at companies such as Zillow and Realtor.com and things like that to solve this problem. And there are other solutions out there. We are one of those, and there's a lot of different reasons why that is and why it's beneficial. And we'll talk about that coming up. In fact, in the next week, if you're watching this right now, so on Thursday, January, let's see, what day is that? On the Thursday the 30th, we're going to be doing a webinar talking about how to increase the revenue, or how to increase your transactions by 50% this coming year. And so in that webinar, we're going to be talking a lot about things like this, leverage, how to really scale and grow your business. So if you're watching this, again, January 30th, 2020, we're going to be doing that webinar. I'll put a link down below to where you can go to register for that. But we're going to be talking about how to solve this problem and what we can do to help you take those lows out of your business. The other things that you want to be outsourcing would be lead follow-up and appointment setting. So a lot of times what happens is when leads come in, you're so busy chasing those people down that's a huge, it's a huge expense of your time if you're doing proper lead follow-up. Got to have a solution for that. Otherwise, you're just going to be spinning your wheels and not really growing at the rate that you want to grow. And then having somebody help you stay in front of your sphere of influence, your past clients, the relationships that you have, because this is where most agents generate a lot of their business, is from their sphere of influence, the contacts that they have. So you want to consistently stay in front of them. And again, you can have that outsourced as well. But the whole concept is that this is going to help you take the lows out of your business so that you can really spend your time and efforts focusing on what you do best, and that is selling homes. So that is the whole concept of leverage, is that we just want you to spend your time doing what you do best. Otherwise, you're going to have these ups and downs, and it's just going to be a constant pattern until you solve this problem. So you have to focus on leverage and letting other people do the things that maybe you're not the best at, so that you can spend your time doing what you are the best at, which is selling homes. So that is the concept of leverage, and this is what you're going to need to be able to scale your business at any significant level. So that is today's video training. Hopefully that was helpful. And if you have questions, we'd love to answer them and show you some of the solutions that we offer to this. So again, a couple things. Make sure you look down at the description down below. We're going to put a link to where you can sign up for that webinar. And we're going to be showing you a full scale presentation and training on how to grow your business significantly this coming year, at least 50%. And this is going to be a significant part of it, is learning how to leverage and how we can help you actually solve that problem. Also down below, I'm going to put a link to some of our top performing our top performing Facebook templates. If you want to go look at some of the things we're using to generate leads right now, make sure you go down below, click on that link. You can download those as well. Also, if you want more tips, more videos just like this, please consider subscribing. We'd love to have you as part of our channel, part of our community, and we know that we can add a lot of value and help you grow your business. Also, take that split second. If you found value in this, give us a quick like. That lets us know what you liked, what you found valuable, and then we just create more videos and more topics just like that to help you grow your business. I'll put up a couple of videos right here to if you want to take a look at some more of our videos and tips and training. Otherwise, make it a great week. Absolutely crush it in your business. Use this principle of leverage and help you get further faster. Thanks for being here. Make it a great week, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.